Tesla, obviously a big part of the flagship fund. You must be concerned, Cathie, that Twitter and the takeover of Twitter to buy Elon Musk is a major distraction from the operations of Tesla.
How's it going, everyone? This is Daniel. In this video, we are going to be talking about Tesla stock, why Tesla stock selling off actually went below $200. We're going to go over and talk about exactly why that is happening. Can we see a potential more sell-off coming for the next few days? We're going to also watch exactly what to expect for the overall market and also what to expect for Elon Musk. Hearing from Cathie Wood, what she has to say about Elon Musk acquiring Twitter, and what are some important changes that could possibly take place within the next few months to come. So we're going to be talking about all this important information in this video coming up. As you can see over here, we have Tesla stock. Unfortunately, it's down 5%, and we were watching a $200 level mark as a support. Unfortunately, it went below that and it closed below that, and this is mainly because of what's going on with Elon Musk and some of the moves that he's doing on Twitter, and investors are really skeptical about how he's going to be managing Twitter and also Tesla at the same time too. But when you look at the overall market today, as you can see, the overall market performed relatively good. We have elections coming up tomorrow, so we are going to be getting the midterm elections. But unfortunately, ahead of that, we have Tesla stock that is down a little bit more than 5%, 5.01%, and the overall market is doing relatively pretty good. And the main thing, as I mentioned, why we're down today is because investors are really skeptical about exactly how Elon Musk is going to be able to manage a failing company. He acquired it for billions of dollars. Twitter, unfortunately, the company has a lot of issues, and investors are definitely questioning some of the important moves that Elon Musk is making to make the company work. So at the end of the day, when you look at some of his expectations for Twitter, he's not looking for it to make a profit or make money. He's doing it for some other important reasons that he mentioned in the past, but investors are definitely skeptical about his ability to be able to manage Tesla and Twitter at the same time too. So let's go over and look at exactly what Cathie Wood had to say, right? So she's been questioned about exactly how Elon Musk could potentially be able to run these two companies together, especially Twitter. It has a lot of problems and it requires a lot of attention, right? Since there is a lot of things that you need to do in order to solve those problems, it's going to require more time. So that's why investors are kind of worried about it. But Cathie Wood has been questioned about that too. So let's hear from her. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to go over and look at exactly what to expect for Tesla stock and what are some important economic indicators coming out for this week. We have inflation data coming out also this week that can significantly affect the overall market. So first, let's check out this interview with Cathie Wood.
Tesla, obviously a big part of the flagship fund. You must be concerned, Cathie, that Twitter and the takeover of Twitter to buy Elon Musk is a major distraction from the operations of Tesla.
Elon Musk is our Renaissance man, or our Thomas Edison, perhaps. And if you go back and look at how many projects these innovators were working on, you'd be astonished. How did they do that? There are such people out there. Elon surrounds himself with great business people and engineers who want to work for him. He is solving the most challenging problems of the day, and they want to be a part of that under his leadership. And remember, he started in the payments industry. So we could actually see Twitter, and now we just started a public-private crossover fund. Twitter is in that fund because we do believe that Twitter, Elon certainly believes in vertical integration. He has the payments experience. He and Jack Dorsey seem to get along very well, and we're talking quite a bit, as we learned from the documents that came out over the court cases. And so I think even Twitter could make a run at digital wallet, not just for financial services, but for commerce. So that's one. And then you'll remember, I don't know if you remember, but do you remember Vine?
Yes.
My son, I thought he was going to make movies because he was on Vine constantly. That was a precursor to TikTok. And so there's some DNA within Twitter still, I believe, that could introduce something like that. You never know. And then one of my first experiences as an equity analyst was in newspapers. And believe it or not, they were the rising stars of that day. And this subscription advertising model is a very smart move if he goes in that direction. The verification, that little check, is very important to people and could help clean up the platform considerably. So
$8 for the blue tick is fair. To be clear, so you say public and private fund invested in Twitter. So you were putting in money as part of this deal?
Part of this deal, and what we're trying to do is, and I know this is an overused word, but democratize venture capital. What is the question our clients ask more often than any other? Why is it that we don't get a shot, given how innovation focused we are, this is the client speaking, a shot at some of these moonshots in the private space? And the answer is, you're not accredited. That's what the SEC says. Accredited means you have to meet certain income and asset thresholds. I think that's un-American, frankly, because if accreditation, just like with a driving license, if accreditation was about knowledge, our clients would be the accredited investors. So we said, okay, we will, using an interval fund structure, for a minimum of $500, you can participate in this public-private fund. Inflows every day, outflows once a quarter, up to 5% of net asset value. So we're fledgling. We've just started.
So how much has been invested in Twitter then, via that fund?
So I don't know what the final number was. I think it was around $1 million. Again, we're very, very small now. We're very small.
Right.
But over time, we would like Twitter to be a larger holding.
Okay, interesting. But I do really want to push you on this because he's the head of SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company, Twitter. There's got to be some impact in terms of the attention on the one of the core holdings in your flagship fund.
Portfolio, yes. So if you look at the electric vehicle part of the business, it is on automatic pilot. They have got the manufacturing team in place. Elon says that Tesla is a manufacturer of factories. And of course, with Optimus, the humanoid robot, and all of the other automation that he's bringing into the ecosystem, I do think it's more, these are manufacturing-oriented decision makers, and he's in there if there's any artificial intelligence, especially with the robot side of the business. Where we need him to focus is autonomous. We think he is very diligently. He believes that he will have an autonomous taxi network perhaps next year. We believe it'll be in 2024. But the heavy lifting even there has been done. The kinds of breakthroughs we've seen in artificial intelligence over the last just even 6 months, breakthroughs that we didn't expect for 10 years have happened in 6 months. And I think it's making autonomous driving that much more possible. Again, the people who want a very hard project in the AI space are working at Tesla. This is the hardest project out there right now. And I think they have the best and the brightest.
Ford, what to expect for Tesla stock? We are sitting unfortunately below $200, and there has been some selling pressure that's coming in. Last week we were expecting a bounce. We had the bounce. Unfortunately, we sold off after we got the interest rate hikes, and some of the comments that the Fed did actually pull the overall market down, and the overall market recovered. It's recovering right now. We have election week this week, so it's really important to see how the market is doing. And it's going to be interesting to see who is going to be taking the house, and that can have an impact on how the stock market is going to be behaving as we approach the end of the year. So for this week, we have important data coming out. On Thursday, we are going to be getting the CPI data for October. That is going to be really important. That is going to be an indicator of what the Fed is going to be doing in the near future. So it's going to be really important to watch out for. We are going to be getting this data at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the market open. So that's going to be really important to see how those numbers are going to be coming out. So for Tesla, unfortunately for Tesla, it's not looking pretty good right now in the short term. When you look at the price action, there's more selling pressure. We're breaking below key price point levels that we're watching, but we might potentially bounce. What could potentially happen in the elections, the midterm elections, so that is going to be an important thing to watch out for in the short term. But Tesla stock right now is definitely in a bearish territory in the short term. It is providing a lot of discounts. It's going below $200. So it's going to be really interesting to see how investors, long-term investors, hedge funds, are going to be reacting to this drop, this significant price drop. Cathie Wood was buying it when it initially dropped to $200. We'll see if it's going to be more hedge funds stepping in to potentially scoop up Tesla shares, and also some retail investors too, but you never know. But as I mentioned, at the end of the day, a lot of people are skeptical about how Elon Musk could be able to manage Twitter with all those problems. And also, Tesla has a lot of projects on his plate, and he recently did an interview going over exactly, he had the workload actually increased for him because Twitter definitely is kind of at the beginning stage. He just acquired the company, so he might need more time for him to hire the right people to potentially take on a role for him to direct the company in the right path. So it's going to be interesting to see how that happens. But overall, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Tesla going below $200? What do you think about Elon Musk's Twitter? Is he going to be able to manage Tesla, Twitter, and other important projects that he's working on? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinion. But if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and hit the like button. And I'll catch you guys on another video. Have a wonderful day.